All right, traders. Hey, good morning. Welcome on back here this Wednesday morning here. I'm so used to saying afternoon. Got the hot tag late from Fausto just to do this meeting. He is in transit towards Orlando. We got our big money show event actually coming up tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. And then even after that, our huge in-person Trader Summit event. We're going to be seeing a lot of us from our live trading room in person there. So looking forward to that, though. Great to have all of us, though, here, whether you're joining us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc., or if you're a student of ours, member of ours, inside our live trading room. Grant, Leda, Lawrence, Akbar, great to have you here. Farzad, Uday, you got Rich, Peter, got Patrick, wishing him well. I know that he's got a procedure, I think, later on this afternoon, doing some carpal tunnel release and whatnot. So wishing you all well, Pat. But, all of us here collectively, great to have you. And, man, this Omer trade just keeps going up. And the more it goes up, obviously, as a trader, you're going to bite your tongue when you, get out a little too early, huh? So listen, for a stock to be moving like this in pre-market, it's good and bad where there's no halts. What if the stock ends up, dropping all the way back down after hitting a resistance? And with there being such a thin, tiny order book out there, thin, tiny orders on the level 3 at the time, little bid here right now. It's 1164 for about 12,000 shares. That's even on my TradeStation matrix that you see there. But either way, this popped up so nicely. I got in right off of 750. I chased it a little bit, but then I realized I didn't really chase it because I went back on my historical chart here and I saw, well, you actually had a pretty strong historical level, long-term level, right around this area, 779, 790. I guess I was kind of early to the punch. We were early to the punch collectively because I called this thing out as soon as I saw it on my Benzinga Pro. What the hell is going even on with this stock, though? Why is it even up so much? So you know what? Let me just pull up some good old Benzinga Pro because, well, to be honest with you, I don't have that answer in front of me here. So let's just take a look. Why is this stock up so much? We like to know if there's a catalyst, right? But we don't need to see the catalyst to make money on the trade. We see the pop, the trend, the reaction. We take a look at level 4. We take a look at the historical chart. So what happened here? Omer at 8:30 in the morning. Novo and a partnership looks like. Novo and Omer announced an asset purchase and license agreement for Omer's clinical stage MASP3 inhibitor, blah, 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 blah. Starts getting into a bunch of words I can't pronounce. You guys, I'm good with numbers, not good with words. But that's just where, clearly it says rare blood and kidney disorders it's meant to treat. 340 million US dollars and up front. That sounds like a nice number. And then up to a total of 2.1 billion in potential development. So nice headline, right? Doesn't always mean it's going to keep going up so well. So this is up about 200% almost. Hell of a trade. Let me ask, is anyone in on this one right now? I don't even want to distract you if you're still in on this thing. I want you to manage your trade. But if anyone took profit on this earlier, let me know. If you're in it now and got a free hand, free couple fingers there, let me know. Alan and Lawrence, there we go, a couple of us. Lawrence's birthday earlier this week, or the weekend perhaps there. Grant, too. Also had one of our students, Roberto. Also, it's Alicia's birthday today. How about that? Happy birthday, Alicia. Tom, ooh, nice. He's in from 963. You got out at 1081. I got to say, Tom, you've been killing it here for the last, couple of weeks, just on and off, right? But you've been hitting some good homers here of late. No pun intended. Homer is in Omer, O-M-E-R. All right, before I get the tomatoes thrown at me. Glenn, you too, though. In at 941, out at 1027. Listen, these are all students of ours inside our live trading room. Just give me a moment. I'll even show you that if you're on social media here. I'm not talking to ghosts here, folks. Just give me a moment. There we go, right? Michael, Glenn right there on his trade. Murad looks like he killed it with us right from that first entry off 770. Listen, a lot of us doing really well on this trade, at least from earlier. Congratulations to everyone so far. And listen, this thing keeps going up, but big trees fall hard. Every roller coaster has a top. This is eventually going to pull back, right? So with that, I'm just going to put this on our watch list for now. But remember what we even covered in our phase one stock course just earlier this week. We're on such a weird live schedule this week with our money show tomorrow. We're actually doing our phase two class today, folks. Keep that in mind for all of our silver students. But just earlier this week in phase one, we were talking about how, hey, typically at the latest by 9:10, 9:15, you should be closing your things out by then. At the latest, sometimes earlier, but here this has been giving you a lot to work with right now. Andrea in from 8:56, beautiful, bellissimo. But for right now, I would look to try and get out of your pre-market trades definitely around that 9:10, 9:15 time at this stage. Put this on our watch list though for right now. Absolutely. Listen, we haven't even talked about the trades from yesterday, right? No trades in the day books there. We'll take a quick look here just on a couple of different movers though. We got the LAES. This was a really strong trade just from last week into this week. So once again, it had popped up pretty nicely from pretty much 650, broke out from, and ended up, holding a higher low later on. Nasty shake, but it goes to show how strong the stock is just to see the reaction by 2:30 in the afternoon. So like I said, this stock, LAES, not just a great day trade from yesterday, but seemingly a great swing trade just overall from last week into this week. Today, right now, it's up 7%. Do I put it on our list? It's pulling back a little bit. If there's anything that's like kind of pulling back here, making lower highs, not to say I'm not going to put it on our list, but guys, I feel like there's just so much out there. But we're going to just go through a few trades from yesterday, if anything, and just comment on them, see how they're doing even this morning. Once again, IREN, slingshot after the market opened up, nasty little shake. Listen, the whole market did that. Whole market ended up slinging early in the morning. My theory on that was because you needed to see a strong downwick on the chart. It pulled back so brutally back from Friday of last week, and then gapped up overnight. But listen, you still want to have some good downwicks here, like you had back from end of September, mid-September here, early September here. But for right now, hey, it did that, and we pushed right back on up. So kind of going back towards some of those trades like IREN. Listen, it's kind of doing the same thing as LAES, just moved up a little higher. It pulled back a bit here right before the 9 a.m. meeting. So, I'll come back to it at the very end. Cypher, pretty much same thing. This thing's breaking all-time highs now at this point. It has been from earlier this week. The Wolf, the mining stocks did really well collectively. So it wasn't just Cypher, but Wolf, WULF. I mean, beautiful move this one had. The CLSK trade, same deal. Actually, going back to the Wolf, this one might be stronger than some of the others we even looked at this morning. This one's kind of holding up here. So you know what? I actually don't mind adding Wolf back to our watch list for right now. Just tradable stock. We haven't really had our eyes on this one in a bit. I think it popped maybe Friday, but then came back. Yeah, this red candle. But obviously yesterday we kind of saw it back on our radars. It came back on our list. So we like the stock just whenever it's moving. So we'll put it back on our list here today. What else we got here, folks? The drone stocks, right? Didn't Joby and the autonomous driving companies, Joby pushed up pretty nicely. Archer, nice move after the open here. Similar type of slingshot there that the Iron trade had. NUAI popped at the market open yesterday. It's up even more today. I mean, it's up 28% this morning. So would have found this one on the gainer side at some point here. But yeah, it's pushing back on up for right now, the NUAI stock. So back on up, like the trend here for right now. Yeah, I'll just slip this on our main list here too for the open. All right, so now at this stage, folks, listen, you saw what we traded yesterday. That's probably just, don't throw tomatoes at me for this one. I mean it. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and I mean that. There was just so much that we traded yesterday. AQMS, DVLT, TMQ, ABAT. There we go. I got one of us there to laugh. Akbar, appreciate you, my friend. So with that, let's just go across the percent gainers list here and see what we got for the market open today. Listen, there's some other stocks breaking out this morning, like the Omer. Coop. This thing had popped in the afternoon yesterday. As soon as the market closed, right? This was like a penny stock, technically, like below $1, but pushed up, exploded up over 500%, at least from there. It's hard to not put this on our list, but I feel like it's probably going to exhaust out early on. The Omer trade's coming off of more fresh news that came out just at 8 o'clock or 8:30. Probably going to pull back too, though. Like I said, 9:10, 9:15 in the morning, just cyber clock. All right, let's keep it moving here, folks. Let's just zoom out of my chart. The S-Dot trade, again, lower highs. Made a move in the after hours last night, but that's kind of all there was, it seems. PFAI, if it wants to go back up, keep it in mind. Seed, again, it's all about direction leading into the open. It's all about at least making sure that you're holding near the highs there at the time. RKDA, I think one of us had commented on this earlier, just crazy pop and drop move early on. IBG, same thing. DFly pop and drop, DFLI, Dragonfly Energy. This one's a little bit more tradable, and it's holding over $2 still for right now. $2 is just like a whole number level there for the time being. So just check out the long-term graph. Yeah, this is not a great long-term graph, that's for sure. It's already pushing over the weekly close back from early October. What is that, 188? So that 188 could easily be a nice complementary level. Not even the 2. I would maybe even go 188 there. But yeah, for the open, I don't mind giving this a look. DFLI, just 100% tradable. Up big, obviously, for a reason today. Some sort of news came out. TE, my first time seeing the stock. T1 Energy. What is this? Wow, nice move here at recent. Yeah, it's been stinking up the joint for a little bit, but obviously pushing back up, breaking above the resistance back from end of last year, beginning of this year. It's a stock to keep in mind. I'll come back to it if you really want me to. If you really want me to add it, I could, but let's just build up our watch list though otherwise first and see if there's anything better. Like the can trade was looking good earlier. Now, not so much. So we'll pass there for the time being. QSI, I'd call this out just saying, hey, testing 250 for the first time. That was coming off a conversation with one of our students before saying, it's the first time a stock is testing a resistance here on the morning. Probably should hold. Probably should hold. So it's the first time it tested resistance at 250 here. It held. Not a surprise. The LAES, I think at this point, I didn't put on our main list yet, but I will. I like the stock. It has some good life to it. Still has some good volume to it. Otherwise, not even just the volatility, which of course it has, but still has a good spread, good order book alike. I like it. SOX L with the chip stocks all kind of moving in tandem here. NVIDIA's up about 3% now. I may have missed the boat from the 184. I wrote that to you earlier in the chat board, just saying that NVIDIA should be a good swing trade off the 184 historical level. Basically, this resistance just to reflip into a support. It's already moving off of it in pre-market, so kind of tough. But you know what? For right now, let's see what else we got here. At least QBTS. QUBT is holding up pretty nicely here. I like that. Iron's just so expensive now, guys. What the hell? This is $73 stock. It's like yesterday, or it feels like it was a $10 stock. It's nuts. The LAC trade, I forgot to go over this from yesterday. Great move from yesterday. We called this one out early on, just like really before class started, before our phase 1 class started here in the morning, but pushed up ever since. Beautiful move heading into the afternoon with higher lows and pushing up higher now, or at least it did early on. It's pulling back a bit here, but I like the stock. It has some good liquidity to it. Very tradable. It's in the news with the Trump and White House news, with them kind of potentially taking a stake in lithium or LAC altogether. Take a sip of my coffee right now. GDRX, though, unfortunately, that didn't work out too well for them. That was a slug. That thing, I lost some good money on there. So, it's not always going to work out where you hear news about Trump, White House, the administration doing some investment or position in them. That wasn't an official investment. That was a rumor, the GDRX one at least. Intel was real, and we saw how well that one played out. But, at least otherwise, LAC is a rumor, but it's been pretty damn strong. Been pretty damn strong, at least for right now. So I'll add it to our list for the time being. SOX L, the NVIDIA, probably will add those at the end. Let's hop over to the loser side, though, first, seeing if there's just any good shorts. It's my Jeopardy. GWH dropped off a lot yesterday morning. This thing is not really shortable for me, but that could be a nice trade if you're able to get shares. Not a whole lot from the losers list here, folks. I mean, the rare earth, precious metal stocks kind of just, down a little bit this morning from the close yesterday. They closed pretty strong, but dipped in the after hours. They're always going to be on our side list. Just realize if we don't put them on the main special fancy watch list, the TMQ, the CRML, the TMC, all these metals and rare mineral earth stocks, they're going to be on our side list. So if you see them moving, if they're starting to go up that 4 or 5+%, and they're trending well, they have good orders out there, then I'm likely going to call it out. But for the time being, for right now, we'll start off without them. I like the Omer trade a lot more. The LAC, the Coot, the Wolf, LAES, a few more there. All right, all together, folks, let me know if you got anything from me on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Once more, folks, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel or social media altogether, down below at CyberTradingU, that is also our X/Twitter account as well, not just YouTube. Formal name Cyber Trading University on the Instagrams and also on the TikToks. But otherwise, let me know if you have any questions, folks, or any other stocks you'd want me to check out before we wrap up. Jazz, Akbar, Margaret, Jackal, got all of us here just joining us. Check out the NVIDIA trade, like I said, before we wrap up. But let's see from Benzinga. Anything else looking good from there? We'll pop the DFLI already on our list. OMER already on our list. Edible maybe. GoPro. No, that's not GoPro. Goro. My eyes. Let's see. I think they're pretty much good though, folks. I mean, see HIM's moving up a little bit, but kind of a wonky chart there. Not a whole lot to that. WLDS. When I'm getting stocks looking like this here, this might be my cue to finish up. This at least popped at 9 o'clock. This at least popped like right when we started the meeting. How's the order book looking for this one? Pretty thin. Not fully sold on this one just yet. Not fully sold at least yet on this one, guys. It's all right. Edible, pass, can, dropping. That's all right, folks. Hey, we're going to wrap up at least for right now. Some comments in the chat briefly before we finish. Let me just scroll up, actually. I think I may have skipped over one or two. Give me a moment. All right, a few of us on the Omer trade still making some good money on that. Akbar saying many of these trades have 1 or 2 candles with insanely out of the ordinary range. Well, that's exactly why you don't want to just jump in head first. I just taught a class on yesterday going over journaling, and I made it sound like common sense, kind of made it sound like blunt and to the point. But I'm like, guys, we're not here at the casino, right? We're not just jumping in because the stock's going up. It's not just because news came out. We got to take the time to know where our levels are. And guess what? If the stock starts popping and going crazy without you, and you're trying to find your levels, that's okay, because you probably need to train your eyes and your hand-eye coordination, your reaction to understand what to look for in a move. You got to learn to become quicker. So it's okay if these stocks start moving without you at first, and then over time you just train your eyes and your reactions, and we help you do that. Obviously, here that's like one of the big focal points with the coaching. Why do you have the dollar sign in front of these symbols? Ooh, great question, Tony. Kind of new there, right? And when on our watch lists, when we post the watch list to all of our students and members, just to peel back the curtain, that actually helps us on the social media side of things with linking the stocks to social media. People can kind of click on them on Twitter or X and kind of see a feed of different posts that people make. So, that's just to kind of have on social media, but that doesn't make any difference with you with typing the ticker in. Just type the 4 letters in and on your platform, and you're good to go. You don't need to put the dollar sign in there, Tony. But great question. I appreciate you asking. It's kind of new that we did that, right? All right, folks. Hey, we're going to wrap up at least for right now. If you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, again, not only do we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, but also just make sure to join us inside our live trading room if you've yet to have the chance to do so. We're about to do a full hour of commentary here at the market open. And then even afterwards at 3 o'clock, we jump back on. We have all commentary throughout the day. So with that, just make sure you scan that QR code on the top left also. I saw someone just do that right now. That'll get you access to a live workshop. But if you wanted to join us and take the next steps, jump the queue basically, just go down to the link scrolling down below in the bottom, ctu.co/trial. Now I'll sign you up for a week-long trial to our live trading room. See all of our students and members there right now. Grant, Leda, Akbar, Tony, got Pat, got John, got all of us here just joining us here. So, I'm about to jump back with them, and we're about to trade the market open together. But, folks, best of luck trading all together here. We'll be back at just 2:30 here for the afternoon meeting. Take care.